economic recovery is going to depend strongly on income and consumption growth. COVID-19, the initial sort of, it came as a supply shock, but now it is very much a demand side shock. People are not spending because of concerns on jobs, concerns on livelihoods, etc. So the answer to that really to raise demand is to get people back into employment. Now, the risks are high. I mean, Sri Lanka's labor market is that, almost 68% of our workers are what we call informal sector workers. That means there has to be a fairly strong public health message that goes out to those workers to say that things are under control, to give them a sense of confidence that they are not putting their lives at risk by resuming their livelihoods and income generating activities. I think the downside risks are quite significant. I mean, the early mover advantage is what we were seeing in the third quarter when our exports started to pick up. The FDI started to pick up, foreign investors were coming back into the Sri Lankan government securities market, stock market started to pick up. So it's a little unfortunate that having made success of that initial effort, somehow we sort of let it slip up. So if Sri Lanka sort of lags behind, I think the sector that will be most critically hit will be the tourism sector, because tourists are going to take a long-term view on the risks of a resurgence of COVID. They would not want to get stranded in foreign countries. So tourism sort of bubble, the opportunities that we had to market Sri Lanka as a safe destination, I think we will take some time to recover on that front. Similarly, the export sector also, I think after this recent bout, we are seeing export orders also not as buoyant as it was in the third quarter. So I think in some sense, I understand the government's sort of urgency to get the economy back to normal as early as possible, because the longer we delay, others are sort of streaming ahead. But as the health specialists pointed out, there are no easy trade-offs. Because if you lose control of COVID-19, then the economic hit in the longer term would be much more severe.